And you know how it began? I came back to South Africa in 2017 in January.
I also came back that year.
Okay, and I lived overseas 31 years. And we got invited to dinner parties and things with the new flavor in town. And I went to this dinner party. Katie couldn't make it that night. And it was a wonderful Irish friend, this female, terrific woman. And she invited a whole lot of people to the dinner. Katie wasn't there, which is probably the reason I threw this demon grenade. And I won't mention who, but it was Francois Pienaar. We were having a conversation, everyone chatting nicely. And then Francois, who's used to running the roost, being the captain, being the leader, says, everybody. We all look around. He goes, who do you think the greatest leader in the world today is? And I'm thinking, what's this all about? I was going to answer it. And he goes, it's Angela Merkel. So he answers his own question. She said, she is extraordinary and this is what she's done.
It was a rhetorical question, as it turns out.
Well, he wanted to tell us what he thought. And after about 3 minutes of him lecturing us on why Angela Merkel was the best leader in the world, I turned, and you've got to do this a demon grenade. You've got to turn to one person on your side and say, right, I can't take this anymore. I'm throwing a demon grenade. So they know you're not insane, that you're actually
I thought this through.
Pulling the pin.
I've made a decision.
And I'm making
That's
my
not a
comment
spontaneous emotional explosion.
So I said, hang on a second, and I stopped him in his tracks. I said, Francois, and I do admire him and like him very much. I said, I think you're wrong. And I deconstructed his argument with my opinion, my facts. And he looked at me and he said, are you calling me stupid? And I said, in this instance, yes. And there was dead silence at the dinner. I'd thrown my demon grenade. It had gone off. If he'd been sitting next to me, probably would have knocked me flat. And he looked at me with this absolute shock. No one had ever stopped him in his tracks like that, okay? He is a great leader. And I just could feel around the table a lot of the men going, oh, God, this is going sideways. But I could sense a couple of the women looking at me going, wow, this guy's cool. This guy's hot. Anyway, at the end of the dinner, I went and apologized to the hostess. I said, I'm really sorry. That was probably uncalled for. I was a bit aggro there. She said, no, you're going to be invited back every single time. And then I realized the beauty of a demon grenade.